I was arranging a funeral for my uncle who unfortunately passed, and my biological father decided to show up unannounced, and we had an altercation.
Did your father raise you or no?
Not for the last 6 years, no.
Okay. What had happened?
My sister, Natalie, unfortunately contracted leukemia, and my mother and father could not pay for me as well as my sister's hospital bills, so they sent me to live with my uncle.
Because they couldn't afford to raise you and have the hospital bills for your sister at the same time?
That is correct.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 12.
All right. Your sister passed away when you were how old?
I was 15.
I'm so sorry for both of your loss. And did you attend the funeral?
I didn't. I was not made aware of my sister's passing until after the funeral.
Okay. So now you're 15. After your sister passes, do you go? But they sent you to live with an uncle in Los Angeles?
Correct.
And you were from where?
I was from Cleveland.
Okay. Did they bring you back to Cleveland at that point?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you want to go back to Cleveland?
I did. I was very close with my sister growing up, and it sucked having to hear that she passed away.
Did you want to go back and live with them, or did you want to continue to live with your uncle, or you were never asked?
I was never asked.
Were you in communication with your mother and father?
No, ma'am.
At all?
No.
What happened there?
After Natalie had passed away, it was very difficult.
I'm actually asking before Natalie had passed away.
Financially and emotionally, it wasn't a good environment for my son. And we felt he would have a better life in LA.
Okay, did you stay in touch with him?
I tried in the beginning, the first year and a half, I would call and I would either hear from my brother that he was doing great, and also he would never come to the phone.
Was he mad at you? Did he feel abandoned?
I'm not sure.
What about your wife? Was your wife talking to her son?
She was going through her demons. She was going through her thing. She wasn't even talking to me after a while.
Why didn't you send for him when Natalie passed?
I felt that the house situation, the way things were emotionally with my wife, and dealing with the situation, that I didn't want him to have to be part of that horrific.
But you could see how a child in his position might say, they just got rid of me.
I can see that.
At any point, did it occur to you or your wife that maybe you should have some frank and earnest conversation with the boy to let him know you love him? Or you just basically washed your hands of him at 12?
Pardon me, Your Honor, washing my hands, I constantly thought about my son and what was better for him.
Did he ever know?
No.
Your uncle, who's the one parent you had from 12 on, passes. What did he pass away of?
He had a heart attack.
I'm so sorry to hear that. You were how old?
I was 18.
Okay. So did you arrange the funeral?
All by myself, yes.
Oh, my Lord. All right. And you did not inform him that his brother had passed?
No.
Okay.
I did not.
But somehow he learned of it, and he travels to Los Angeles for the funeral. Mm-hmm. And what happens at the funeral?
Well, it was the first time I've seen him in 6 years. And the ceremony finished, and I was talking with some friends and family who had known my uncle. And I thought that was it. I get a tap on my shoulder, and...
You didn't notice him before this?
I have to admit I did.
You did or you didn't?
I did notice that he was there. I just felt no need to...
Right. All right, so you feel a tap on your shoulder.
He hits me with a, hey, pal, like I was a high school friend of his that he hasn't seen.
Okay.
I don't know what came over me. I just really did not want to speak to him.
So what'd you say?
I said, you don't get to be here. You chose Natalie over me.
I do not believe it's just as simple as that. The parents chose the daughter over the son. I believe there was a lot for them to deal with. There were probably very long hospital stays, bills, medications, extra care they were trying to do. It's been a very heavy burden for the parents to carry. However, I still don't understand. Why would you choose to send your son away. And it feels like they didn't just send him away temporarily while they're dealing with maybe an extra stressful situation with a daughter. They sent him away and did not contact him for years to come. What would it do to a 12-year-old? He's probably dealing with abandonment issues. He feels that no one loves him, no one wants him. He did something wrong. He was probably questioning himself all these years. It's amazing to me that parents, neither of them, made any attempt to get in touch with him. Let's go back.
So what did he say?
He said it was very disrespectful and that I had thrown away all the time and effort that he put into trying to save my sister, his daughter. And he got a little too close with me.
How close?
Right in front of my face.
Like an inch away, 5 inches away?
An inch away.
Okay.
And his voice...
An inch away is this close.
Yes.
That's really close.
Yes.
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
His voice kept getting louder and louder because he was...
And what kinds of things was he saying?
He was calling me ungrateful, disrespectful. Do you have any idea how much work I put into this family?
Okay.
To which I said, obviously, because I haven't seen you in 6 years. I don't see the work that you put in.
Right.
So I wanted some space, and I had put my hands on him just to get space, to which he responded by throwing me into the pew.
How did he throw you into the pew?
Put both hands on me, no words, just...
Pushed you?
Very aggressively.
And then what happens?
I fell.
How aggressively had you pushed your hands at him?
Not aggressive at all, just enough to get some space away from me because he was very close.
He pushes you, you fall into the pew, and the pew breaks?
Yes. You know, we had garnered a crowd from the people that were there and the other funeral home employees. We ended up getting separated, and he was kicked out.
Okay. All right.
But I still had to pay $750 on top of organizing the funeral, and I actually have an invoice proving that I paid for the money, paid for the pew.
So he comes to his brother's funeral and he doesn't offer to pay?
No.
Okay. Let me hear from you, Mr. Klein. Tell me about the encounter you had with your son.
It was very uncomfortable for me. I didn't know anybody there. I came from, that day I had to get right back to my wife. But I couldn't leave without at least saying hello.
Right. So that didn't go so well, though.
No.
So you tap him on the shoulder and you say, hey, buddy, and it's unwelcome, right? Like you can tell.
Yeah.
So why don't you just leave him alone like you did for the last 6 years?
I felt it was my first opportunity to actually at least say hi and apologize.
He says that what you said was you're disrespectful and ungrateful. How is that,
No, he did not add the fact that after he had said that you picked me over my daughter,
you picked
my daughter over him.
Okay.
But he didn't mention the fact that he told me, look where it got you. And that hit that hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been through...
Because I don't think that's a calculated move. It's not a move I would have made, but it's not a move calculated like, I can only keep one. I'm going to keep this one who's dying. I don't think that's a very nice thing to say, but all the more reason to walk away and try it another time, maybe in writing where, passions can be a little more controlled. I mean, because it's not like you ever called him or, like once, the first year. Like, it's not like you say, well, this is my first opportunity. Not really.
But, Your Honor.
Because Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone.
I did try to call him the first year and a half.
Why did you get in his grill? He says that you were right up in his grill, yelling at him.
I just felt that I wanted to connect. I was in a position. I was finally in a position.
If this is not the moment, right? Then maybe this is not the moment. And so, telling him you're ungrateful is a terrible thing to say to a boy who felt abandoned at 12. This isn't the way to connect.
He was disrespecting my wife. He was disrespecting my daughter who had died. And
okay, no, he said something mean to you because he lashed out. That's really what happened.
But
I mean, you didn't even let him come to the funeral. You didn't even inform him of the death or your brother.
It was a mutual decision.
Mutual with who?
My wife.
You gotta stop taking cues from your wife.
We just thought it was best, and I was dealing with...
I know it's a lot to deal with, but in life, sometimes we have to deal with a lot. You know, and he doesn't cease to exist because your daughter is going through such a terrible ordeal.
I didn't want him to go through it.
Except for this, okay, siblings, it's part of life. And siblings go through this all the time. They don't end up getting then tossed somewhere else and then not brought back at all. You know, like and then not kept in contact and not visited and not brought home for visits. What good can come of confronting him and demanding respect from him and gratitude at a moment like this? So you come up in his grill and he pushes you, right?
Correct.
How hard did he push you?
He pushed me hard enough for me to not fall, but I was pushed back like a couple feet. After he pushed me, I felt that he was taking another step towards me, and after it was a reaction. It was an emotional reaction.
Yeah, but you pushed him hard enough where he fell into the pew.
I didn't push him that hard. That pew was right behind him, Your Honor.
All right,
but
how does he not end up just sitting? How does he end up breaking it?
I don't know how he broke it. It was purely accidental. I'm sorry that I caused all this. But it was an emotional reaction to him pushing me and trying.
What contact have you had with your son since this happened?
None.
Yes, I believe we all knew the answer to that question. I do believe the kids are way stronger than we give them credit for. In my heart, I believe that this young gentleman, the brother, would have been able to handle his sister's illness way better than parents anticipated. He did even mention that they were very close growing up. So for him to be disconnected from probably the person he was closest to, I believe that's what hurt him the most. The parents, yes, of course, but the sister, and then not knowing. He was probably well aware that she's not well, and they have been living through those tribulations together as a unit, as brother and sister. It would have been beneficial for both of them to stay together. And I cannot possibly excuse the parents and think that what they did was okay. Wouldn't you want to hug your child closer, the one that is staying with you, that she is okay, while you're losing another? I would feel you would treasure those moments together even more. Instead, they just decided to send him away and boil in their own grief and their own journey. And to me, it wasn't just their journey, it was their journey as a family, and the son felt excluded from it. Let's go back.
Did you ever ask him for the $750, or you just had no communication and you sued him?
I had no communication. I didn't want to talk with him. Okay. I didn't even get a Christmas present growing up in those 6 years. Nothing. Yeah. And he has the gall to come up to me.
Christmas present.
Was your uncle good to you?
Yes, I consider him my father.
Right. Did he have children of his own?
No.
It's just the two of you?
Just the two of us. I was a lonely kid, you know.
Your Honor, respectfully.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you haven't been through what I've been through the last 6 years, having to look at your daughter every day knowing that she was going to die, not knowing when, and then your wife not talking to you anymore, and feeling like talking about living alone. I've been living alone for the last 2.5 years after my daughter died, and it's been hard. It's been really hard. I have been alone. And when my brother died, I needed to make some connection with somebody.
I understand. I have not been in your shoes. I do not have a child who has gone through that. But I have many people in my life who have. And I am sorry that it is such a struggle for you that you felt, you and your wife felt not only ill-equipped to raise your son, but sent him away and didn't talk to him. These were not good decisions. And for a person who has had 6 years of bad decisions, you needed to have 6 minutes of patience with his reaction. If I were you and he punched me in the face, I would get up and walk out and try again at some other point. You now want a connection with him, but maybe he doesn't want a connection with you, because there was all that time where he didn't see any connection. What, your feelings are more paramount than that? There are millions of people who have been in your position, unfortunately, and millions more who will.
Your Honor.
Stop. And they don't necessarily write off everyone else over it, and much less a child who needs you, because he didn't ask to be brought into this world. He's a 12-year-old boy. He needs his father and his mother. And no contact whatsoever with him. But that's not really the point. The point is, if in fact you now wanted a connection with him, say, all right, this isn't the right time, but I'd like to have a relationship with you. I'm walking away, but I'm going to, please, let's see if at some point in the future. No, you had to push him back instead of just letting him push you and moving on because you're insulted at what he said.
I didn't push him back on purpose. It was a gut reaction.
How about maybe you're a little more measured than that since you've taken 6 years to finally talk to him?
When you have a wife in Cleveland, it might take her life at any moment because she's not mentally well.
Okay, I understand that, and I'm sorry for your predicament.
And have to leave her with
that doesn't
friends.
mean you push around the guy and get into his grill over what he's saying to you.
I understand that. I really do, and I'm sorry that I pushed him.
Yeah, I don't think you're making friends and influencing people the way you'd like to. I find that this situation came to be because of the way you handled it. And I am ruling in favor of the plaintiff and ordering you to pay the $750. Now I want you to listen to me, young Klein. I want you just to listen to me for one moment. You know how you feel right now. And I'm here to tell you that as you move on in life, you may feel differently. Know in your heart that it would be a very natural thing if you became curious about a relationship with the people who brought you into this earth and raised you until you were 12. And maybe it's not now. Maybe it's 10 years from now when you have your first child, or maybe it's never. And that would be well within your right. But I wish you nothing but great things in your life, okay? Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Of course, the judgment, we had no doubts that it's going to go this way, but the situation is very complex. And I do not understand why they made the choice to send him away in the first place. I would probably want the support of my whole family close to me, all my children, to go through this together, because it is a path. We have to stay together through thick and thin. And this happened to be this tragedy that the family should unite even more around and not to split. And now it sounds like even the wife is not talking to him anymore, to the father. It's all heartbreaking, while I believe that the damage that's done to this family could have been minimized by the adults making better choices. The father trying to pull the blanket onto himself, saying, oh, I'm all alone. And who's to blame for that exactly? You're the one who sent your son away and did not get in touch with him until way later. We're talking years of missed birthdays, Christmases, Easters, any other family holidays, or just as much as a phone call. None of that has been done, and now he wants our sympathy for being all alone. The father is an adult. He knows how to handle his emotions. However, when you send a 12-year-old away, who is still in a very gentle developmental stage, I don't know how the son is feeling right now. I cannot relate to that situation, but it's a lot of hurt that's just waiting to explode, and I believe that's what happened at the funeral. What did you guys think about this case? If you have any insights on this particular situation, if you witness something like this happening, please share your thoughts and put it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.